your big taste?
Bro, I want a big tasty so hard.
I have a very big tasty for you, Purpo.
Yeah, actually very tasty for me.
It's gonna be big and tasty, yo, let's go.
I don't want to play anymore.
And this is my smile.
Welcome back. I believe that the word they were repeatedly saying was big. Just to clarify for anyone listening who is confused, just like we are on the desk, it was big.
We are in Berlin, so that must be Berlin International Gaming.
It could be.
Okay.
Fantastic organisation. Maybe one day we'll see them in Ascension and we'll see them playing in this studio. But what we did just see was a game and a half of VALORANT, multiple overtime, so many that I lost count. There was chaos, there were clutches, and there were two teams who desperately wanted to win, but Giants X came out on top.
Yeah, it seemed like that chaos started pretty early throughout the match with sort of like weird failed retakes, like super aggressive stances and positions, and this was something that sort of like continued on all the way through. Like this is another example where they basically get in, they do everything, but not in time for the spike to go off. Like these were just peculiar rounds that seemed to happen all the way through the match, and I feel like there was definitely things missing from either side, but ultimately I think Giant X are only going to care that they came out with a win.
I think Giant X will definitely care only about the win here. I think they played good. I didn't think they played great. I don't want to do the whole pessimism bit that we did earlier today again about it.
That's literally every segment you're on still, by the way, the pessimism thing.
True,
Just
okay, you're fair,
out.
okay. But okay, so one of the things I wanted to look at is like, they had the info going into this, right? They prepared against Liquid. Liquid played it last week, and Liquid kind of went in blind. They didn't really have the information about what Giant X was going to do. And it looked like Giant X was, for the most part, in control of what was going on for the whole game, until that second half when Liquid starts getting all these clutch wins. And hero miracle 1 versus 3s. It happened around 22, round 23 with Yampi and Enzo back-to-back 1 versus 3s. And Giant X could have closed it out right then and there. And I think a lot of that is attributed to, I don't think Liquid's comp is that great. It looked like for the first bit of their attack side, it was very telegraphed, especially behind that Sova, and it wasn't until like overtime that they started using the Sova drone as part of a fake, like, hey, we're gonna fake reclear C and then go A, but you know, that didn't work out for them. And I wonder if it's, you know, the inflexibility of Nats only really being able to play Cypher and then Viper, because this map is a Killjoy map that every team runs Killjoy on it, and then we're also not even seeing them run Gecko, which is also another mainstay for Lotus.
Yeah, I think like obviously there's that, and then on the other side I think we saw some of the performers actually sort of come back from the fray, like Cloud last week, who has been, I want to say, one of the best players for GX continuously. He has been for a very long time. I think he had that return to form, and that definitely helped them out, especially when they were in the good, when they were in the streak of rounds that was actually going in their favor, when they won rounds on the attack. A lot of it was off him sort of being that secondary duelist even while playing on that fade. Like, it was an agent that definitely found them information, but he also did a lot of the work just in terms of heavy lifting himself.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit overshadowed this game by Hoodie in terms of actual like stats and performance, but when we look at this team, we definitely look to Cloud to be the one that is the rock, the one that's always going to give you consistent performances and close out a lot of the rounds, whether it be on attack in the post plants or on defense, just literally just anchoring down a spot and just sitting there and shooting back and getting a multi-kill every time, just being so reliable for their team.
And to be fair, in terms of Hoodie's stats, that was really attributed to the overtime situation, right? When it came to actually playing the regulation game plan, Cloud was a really key part of that for Giant X. What did you think of the defensive side from the part of Giant X? Because one of the big contrasts, I guess, with Liquid's defense was Giant X were always able to get the bomb down, whereas until Liquid kind of figured things out, actually, the site clays, they look pretty clean. Well, no, in fact, it's the opposite. Sorry, the site defense looked pretty clean for the side of Giant X.
Yeah, I think the Giant X had a few like proactive ideas. Like, it would be just to take some control away, and I think actually it sort of leans into what you were saying about the Sova. I think there were a few times here and there where the Sova just didn't clear certain positions, which definitely led to some really problematic issues, which GX actually did quite well to capitalize on.
And a lot of teams also run like the Viper with as a double controller, and that is mainly used for info denial. And I think what we saw there was Giant X had a lot of map control and info because there wasn't enough pressure from Cypher cages to be like, hey, we're in this area, be afraid of us. So when we see the hit coming in from Team Liquid going into the site, they were running really low on abilities to actually close out in the post plant. So Giant X is able to kind of shift it to the area that they need to be in, and then they have a decent amount of abilities with the Fade, you know, with the extra Prowlers and the Cs and everything to be able to go in for those retake rounds.
Well, I know that Cloud has been keeping himself hot to trot and ready for Icebox with AIM Labs warm-up. You can see him there. He's getting ready to hopefully pop off again for his team. Thinking back to the overtime, though, on that map, because my eyes are still recovering from what we witnessed. Is it a positive sign for Liquid going into Icebox that they are able to pull off those individual magic moments?
I think it's important for Liquid to be able to do this because that's kind of what their strengths are, is that they have a lot of individually skilled players. It's just a matter of, can they get all of this together? Can they show up at the same time, at the same area, and just sync up their timings? Because if they are doing this mismatch of things I mentioned in the pregame, where Yampi is walking up mid 2, but his teammates aren't putting the pressure on A, then he goes for his duel and loses it, everything falls apart. So that's what Liquid really needs to focus on. It's a good thing that these individuals are hitting their shots though, because if they're mistime their plays, it bails them out at least.
And let's face it, no team really wants to have to end up in a clutch situation, but of course that's a nice insurance policy for Liquid, knowing that they can have those moments when they need to have them. Looking at the composition for this one, Mystic is on the Harbour. Thomas Business.
Yeah, it didn't go particularly well last time out. That was one of the major worries for me with their Icebox. I think when they were winning it with Koi, it was a much more bread and butter composition, but also you look at his performance in the last map, it was pretty good on that Omen. I think he takes a big hit individually when it comes to Harbour.
I'm looking over at Team Liquid here. They ran this Harbour comp last time.
We got a chamber on Purpo as well.
Yeah, that's what we're. Wait, yeah, I thought that's what you were addressing.
No. I was looking at Liquid and talking about the Harbour.
They do have the Harbour, and did they have the Gecko last time? They're switching to the Sova now instead of the Gecko, if I'm not mistaken.
Cloud was playing Sova last time, so he wasn't on Gecko. Yeah, Sova I believe is being brought in, but also onto Yampi, which puts Killjoy onto Enzo, which is all again is weird. Yeah. But also it's a completely new comp coming out of the side of Giant X as well, who are moving completely away from what was bread and butter other than the Rays. So there's a lot of new stuff coming out for both sides.
Yeah, Giant X bringing a whole new look to the stage, but will it be enough for them to get it done in a clean 2-0? And more importantly, will the stage be turning red yet again as we head back to Hypoc?
How dare you, Frankie? How very dare you try and summon that into existence? However, Michael, I'm also slightly curious. What's Chamber doing here?
Yeah, well, what's Chamber doing here? But again,
what are these roles on Liquid?
Just to hit onto Liquid again. Yampi's got playtime on Killjoy, and Enzo's, you could argue, is sort of a specialist on Sova. So that's the one that kind of sticks out for me. Again, whether or not the roles in application look a little more comfortable, I'm absolutely there for it. Purpo though, bringing out a Chamber, that's almost an alpha move here to try and make things work. But hey, I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, show us a little something. Map 2 underway. And I don't know what to make of this. I just want to sit back and watch, which is a really bad thing to say as a caster, but it is just a little topsy-turvy, isn't it? Liquid on the attack, obviously Giant X then on the defending side. Let's see how Purpo looks on this, and well, how Liquid look on some of these new adjusted roles. Lovely pop flash though. Need to close the gap on a couple of kills. Who took respite behind the wall. Mystic again from the back lines. How does he keep slipping behind people like this? And well, this is all a bit weird.
I mean, Spike held in kitchen, yes, but Hoodie maybe just think he's going to catch a timing over on default here, as now Yampi and Nats left to try and recover this, but Purpo will find Yampi, which puts Nats into the 1v2 now. One snake bite left.
Oh, and they're just going all the way around. That seems aware of it.
Yeah, seems aware.
They made great progress, but still a headshot. Oh, this is...
What was that noise?
That was me getting nervous when he went for the ghost. Why are you highlighting that, Michael?
Peter Griffin coming out.
Yeah, leave me alone. You're being a bully.
This isn't... Well,
because this is winnable.
I'm saying Nats is actually planted open here up on bridge, so he's looking to play back towards all. It's going to take Purpo a while to kind of figure this out.
Nats, you are actually obscene if you even check this. There's no way you look, right? You don't look that way. No, you just stay where you are. You're playing for the plant. The young blood against
Yeah, now
Nats.
Purpo's spotted the spike.
He ain't got much time though, does he? Look at it. Look at his HP as well. Oh, Nats, you are so nasty at this one, aren't you? It's almost bullying at this point. Oh, it's just beautiful from Nats. There's not many who can play it as well as he did, but bloody hell, that was nice.
Conversion comes through here. The Red Bull clutch in the pistol. So Giant X have seemingly great control on the spike after it's dropped here in Kitchen. The initial 2 kills from Redgar, Mystic responding to make this doable, to be honest with you. Like I said, Hoodie trying to find a timing here over on default, maybe. I mean, you could argue it's an overcommitment, but regardless, credit where credit's due. Liquid on the board here to kick off Icebox.
All right, Purple, that's... Oh, a quick death. Gifted from Kiko.
No charges left.
Again, if there was any upgrades to anything here, an Outlaw would have removed it, but it is going to be just classics. Now,
Big info on the back of that, yeah. The knife confirm presence here. I think maybe 3.
It should be at least 3 there. So I don't think Kiko got noted, but everyone else who was behind him probably did. Mystic playing outside of it, really nicely done actually. Liquid doing that really well. Holding them at arm's length. This looks like it's been worked on, to say the very least.
Looking refined here in terms of this round 2 execution. Well, that carries across to the buy rounds. Yeah, unfortunately, Purpo. TP available, but again, I don't think he knows anybody's drifted onto this deep angle. So punished here to open the round. Rifles coming in now for Giant X. Like I said, see if Liquid's control, the composure will carry across here into the buy rounds. To explore A site now for the first time. Indicators sent up. No confirmation of how many just yet. The Cloud and Hoodie. The Gecko and the Viper definitely well equipped to slow things down here, but Enzo, they want to find the open up. Hoodie fairly committed in this nest position.
Oh, what a dreamy start, 115, yeah. Mike. You take that both hands if you get given one of those. And Giant X now are going to have that horrible decision to make of how much do we commit behind this. They can still rotate, they've still got a lot of time to play with. I mean, they're going to put a lot of faith, obviously, into Purpo here, but still, the knife, I think only finding 1. Yeah, I don't see anyone else noted on this. So just Mystic. Not enough to fully assuade their fears, but still, you are seeing Purpo fall away from that B site, maybe assuming they are still heading this way.
Yeah, I think Liquid cutting sound here to allow time for a rotation to come through, but Giant X stick to their guns here. They have themselves an opportunity to stop Liquid at the front door.
30 seconds left.
Cloud and Redgar still do have the utility to play with, so there is a little bit of something.
Top? Where is it?
It's not there. What the hell was this? Bit of a trade. It's Enzo the one to keep things moving forward for Liquid. Kiko wants in, but so does Mystic. And this is just bizarre. It's all on, well, Nats just get that spike down, but what a strange round, my guy.
Yeah, Giant X were, like I said, sitting deep off this flash out over the top of screens, but did it happen?
I didn't see it,
a second player rotate towards Heaven. Maybe there's a moment there. Hold 3 seconds. I'm going to double swing from Rafters as well. This is the opener found here.
Oh, very nice from Enzo.
Yeah, second headshot here. I think maybe it's on the back of Fatinho actually wrapping back round towards Heaven to have a second swing on that, but Liquid able to thread the needle, get ahead of that play. Like I said, that A-site hold just crumbling.
That was a lot of noises, so that's all players noted, it seems like. You can see on the other side that maybe Cloud wanted to try and
do something.
Find something. He's not going to get much for it, though. And this round, again, you're looking at maybe just kind of pulling at those threads, right? You get a little bit of an angle, you try and play it out again. Yampy, not going to be vulnerable to that just yet either. And it's going to be Hoodie if they do continue on this pathing. Not going to be phased by the first, and he's actually been able to evade most of the utility coming through, so he does get a fair chance, at least one. Not going to get the follow-up, though, but a good shot towards Enzo. Now Giant X get themselves in an even affair, but obviously no recoverable weapon just yet either. This is a problem for Fatinho. Oh, the flash was divine. He'll be thanking Redgar for that, but can only still make one of it. They are still going blow for blow here.
Oh, actually, you know, the double fragment and the mosh pit coming through, but Redgar caught here. The flash takes full effect, but no swing from Cloud on 6 HP. Purpo not in a position to punish. Tries to adjust for Nats on top site. 4 on the round for him. And 6 HP, a chance to find the ace.
He's feeling it, and he's found it. Nats with an incredible start to this, winning without the pistol. And now here, making sure none of those threats came to effect. Fabulous work finding all those players. And again, that was just with those sheriffs, Mike, but still able to keep these rounds cleanly in their hands.
Here, the utility, you can see Giant X leaning towards some of these deeper set pieces on the back of Redgar's flashes. Maybe looking to sync up in a couple of variations with Cloud.
That's a deserved one, bro.
And the Dizzy. Well handled by Liquid so far. So Giant X going to be coming back in on the purchase now. Will be a tour de force available for Purpo.
What are we making of the chamber so far? Have you seen?
I mean, I haven't had many chances to see it.
No.
Not really expecting too much in terms of, I guess, aggression. Particularly now there's a 4-0 scoreline. No, he does want to be the difference maker to go forward and maybe try and find an opener, but I said Liquid have very, very composed considering a 16-14 scoreline on map 1.
I mean,
none of that scrappiness seems to have carried across on either side, to be honest with you. Like I said, Giant X a big shift now towards kind of these set pieces to kind of absorb site hits. A little bit of anti-plant sprinkled on top as well, but not really seeing the success come through there. A misread with that A-site execution. And here on B, at least, I mean, nice flash over the top for Fatinho to find an opener, but I think once Liquid realised that some of these contact plays are in effect, they can adjust very early on in the half and kind of mitigate that risk very easily. And
also to add that, Nats is 9-0. He has yet to die, and he has been winning them so many moments. So, again, you're seeing him in fine form. Kiko the one to take a little bit of first contact here and a little bit of damage.
I'm not sure if I just heard Purpo pop the ult, but
I thought I heard
it comes through in this one, but to say that, Fatinho gonna find the first, the second as well.
Nats, though, yet to die until now. Hoodie joins by his side. And now it's Kiko and Yampi. This position's nice, but it's red. Hoodie really heads up work. They're not allowing any of those access points to come through, and Redgar quick to the case. A response has been found. Just after the back of that timeout, Giant X answer back.
Does Purpo get an upgrade? I think he comes through with, just the Guardian. And he did pop the ult as well.
Yeah, he did.
He sits at 5k, and maybe just wanted to get the operator online for the next, fully confident in the round victory, I guess, ahead of time.
Knew something we didn't. But again, Fatinho doing
standing
really well.
Yeah.
Good to see the timing on this too, not allowing that any more of his nonsense. So, everyone answering back.
Doesn't spiral out of control early on here.
Early aggression though, reading that they could be considering that ult. Hoodie very close by, as was Cloud, so good little read there from Liquid to ensure priority towards that, and they're going to work quickly off the space they've been given themselves. Kiko quick to it. Cloud could be in danger here. They've got 3 players pretty close by to this, and Kiko chomping at the bit. Fatinho might be ahead of the wall though and could potentially pressure. He slips the net. Oh, but he's been caught, and Enzo finds Hoodie. It's just Cloud on the back of the site now. Attack's not going to be enough. They need a little more. The plant's in, and Kiko's control in this. Liquid instantly righting the ship after what was a bit of a...
So if we can just pop back and have a look
just
at the
Viper's little free cam maybe of this one.
Nats is like,
there it is.
This is not what I'd planned.
You know, I wonder where Nats is.
What they say.
Yeah? What do they say?
Size doesn't matter.
Teleport's ready.
So it means Liquid will find a round.
Right.
Flawless.
A what flawless?
And Lucia, obviously.
Obviously.
Is there any other kind?
I don't think there is anymore.
No charges left.
I'm hoping that it does stay flawless. Otherwise, all that discussion. Oh.
Oh, well, not so flawless.
It was, though. It was for a little while.
Flawless in execution.
In idea.
Yes.
in concept. But yeah, answering instantly back. Again, GX's adjustment there worked well because they had Fatinho almost over-deliver in middle, right? There it is.
We've got a chance to see the lineup as well, just in
that's
case.
big. For you at home. There you go. You can play just like Nats.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's curious to see. I mean, this is obviously a pace change on the back of Mystic's ultimate getting posted here, basically off the rip. We had no secrets about it on the way in, the snake bite and the shock dart. Giant X, unfortunately, I think scrambled to try and find some sort of steady footing to fight ahead of the execution.
Take flight.
Oh, drone going to be sent up. And it does catch Purpo, so I don't know what your plan is now.
I mean, the closer Liquid get, I was going to say, yeah, the less comfortable this TP feels tucked in behind default. So
it's a very small gap to close down on. We did take the TP. Not making any subtlety of new positioning, but again, they have all responded. We do have, I say all, 4 players here for the defending side. And a pause for thought for Liquid.
Purpo able to reset onto a deeper angle here. Again, Liquid cut sound. Come down to the last 30 seconds of this round.
30 seconds left.
So
no play back in, yeah, no play back in yet from Giant X. The Hunter's Fury gets posted, but a trade.
Yeah,
2
but
for 1, actually, yeah, Mystic doubling down.
There's no comfort there, right? It was so hard to find comfort, but we are going to see the lockdown coming in as well.
15 seconds left.
It makes it a little bit more dangerous. The HP, yeah, is low on Mystic and Enzo.
Snake bite still as well.
8 seconds now, and the Mosh going to come through. This is actually getting really dangerous here. Cloud going to find one. Hoodie could be on for this.
Live.
Yeah, just live. Oh no! Did he fall too fast?
Unfortunately, commit.
Just let them try.
Can't get out of that. Here with the snake bite and the mosh pit, I don't think maybe they're not banking on finding a util kill, but it's actually on the spike as well. Quick reaction from Liquid to dig a little deeper and convert that. So I think it's what, 2.5 seconds left on the clock by the time they find this kill.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
I said Hoodie just so committed there. It's rough, but that will be a 6th for Liquid. Giant X back down on a broken purchase as well. Ults here, yes, but necessarily want to see the likes of the pit invested here. I guess initially, even just a visual check, like those comfort questions in terms of the roles being switched up a little bit, not apparent so far in the first half of Icebox.
Looking pretty well-rounded.
Again, the big test for Enzo particularly being on the defense, if we get a decent amount of rounds to really gauge that.
So far, the only real committed player towards this is going to be Nats, going to take a walk up tube. Everyone else just sitting on back. And now look at the space that Purpo's been able to get, right? Clearing this deep.
You should run.
Adds validity to the stack here. I wonder if Nats can maybe apply a little bit of pressure himself, but it's actually Purpo to find Yampi. Trying to fall away. That was at the back of Belt. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. Yampi, with the adjustment of that window there, now finds great deals of damage, great deals of success. He doesn't need to necessarily even get the kill. He's teed him up here. Done so much for them. Hoodie trying to patrol himself, and Purpo just feels a little late to this. Nat's already slipping away. Kiko, yeah, that's probably not the player you wanted to go down, but they still at least find Kiko on the trade, but Mystic is there. Brilliant from him. The man with probably the most viable weaponry here. But look at these positions, really disconnected from each other. That would have needed a real belting shot. They do some damage, but again, if you look to that round from start to end, Nat's in the position, the lockdown there, he was set up to do so much damage to Giant X.
And just a strange investment here for the pit to come through as well. So just banking on maybe it being you know, a split towards A, or not as many people scaling up onto site just yet. Certainly on the defense, you never really want to see the pit invested in a lesser purchase like that, unless Hoodie's, you know, rocking an SMG or a Judge or something to try and make it work.
Blocking sight.
Yeah, 6-round gap now. Giant X to try and recover as Kiko. No secrets about this on the way in.
No, but it's quite curious too, because he's completely going to put Vitinho.
He's past the turret as well,
Yeah.
which has got to be a consideration.
And the timing on this is horrific. They're going to feel so uncomfortable. Well, then he's dead. And Kiko's getting, much closer. This split is gorgeous, actually. Working really well off the ult from Mystic, too. Yeah, Kiko's cleared it. That's the site's theirs. Beautiful combination work there, Mike.
Oh, will come through. No chance for Giant X to try and deny this now. 3v5, one being an operator in the retake here. It'll require massive overcommitment from Liquid to some of these opening engagements to throw this one away.
Oh, completely blind, just tagging up Redguard too. Mystic happy to stick around just to make sure that nothing goes astray. Kiko's just roaming.
He's looking really comfortable now.
He looks very good here. Again, kind of impressed with Kiko coming into this roster. He's been looking very, very sharp, finding his footing very quickly. Again, I think Giant X just want to keep those, well, that rifle and the operator in hand. This has been a little underwhelming from Giant X, if I'm honest here, Mike. This doesn't look like it's part of their map pool yet. It doesn't look, I don't know, I'm not loving the chamber. Haven't seen anything enough to kind of sway me towards it. It's just been a bit flat.
I mean, again, the chamber comes out. It's not necessarily, we're not really looking for any major differences in macro, so to say, but we're just not seeing the value from it. It's the same as really when you look at somebody playing a Reyna or a Phoenix or something like that. It's very kill dependent now to really warrant, or unless you're finding value from the operator. Unfortunately here, you're not, because Liquid are getting themselves into post-plant situations where that operator then is going to struggle to find value once again. So unless Purpo's finding first bloods or really slowing down these site hits, it's really hard to justify, and unfortunately, not going to see many examples in the second half either. This is the sort of scoreline we're looking at.
Yeah, a bit of a blowout so far. Now, I maybe Giant X off this timeout can turn the screws a bit, but 1 round to 8, I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking very competitive here, Mike. Which, you know, leaves me hoping that Ascent, which does seem very likely at this point, unless obviously something changes quite drastically after this timeout, could be a bit closer, because it's a, you know, such a stark contrast to map 1.
Sure, and I mean, you could argue that obviously it's their pick. They had the majority of the preparation lent towards Giant X's attacking side, but like I said, with this sort of deficit, you're not setting yourself up to really excel or even succeed at this point. Just don't have a big enough amount of rounds to play with. I mean, again, even here, 8-4, you lose the pistol.
Yeah.
You basically have 1 buy round to get yourself back into the game.
Not impossible, just improbable. Nat's going to have to give away a little at the start here. Now, it looks like they're going to, once again, prioritize middle. Giant X going to put 3 players to this. And it actually got them that 1 round when Vitinho kind of over-delivered in middle, but that was also when we saw Team Liquid leaning that way. Here, very different affair. So 4 players playing as a pack here for Team Liquid, pressuring towards this A site with a passive hold from Vitinho. He's not going to challenge this himself when they come for the 3-play stack. So again, taking a lot of space.
Kiko's going to be rewarded here for his aggression. Audacious. Vitinho there to greet him.
I'm kind of curious where Nats is off to.
He's off around the world.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can run the clock down. He's picking up the pace now.
It's a little scary, because now they're going to speed up a little bit here, take back the kind of early steps towards site control, because they know that at least one of the players is removed from the equation, right? He needs to get into this fight pretty fast. Team Liquid are playing time as best they can. Yampi going to hold the cross, but they can't hold this comfortably. Now running out of that utility on the spike itself, Nats makes it to site. It's perfectly timed, if anything. And now he's going to see 2, 3, all play. Wait, he didn't see the person on the spike, but it's fine. He goes back for a bit more. How dare I down Nats in a lurk? The timing was actually perfect, keeping the players alive, burning the utility very well. They were able to weather the storm.
So this utility really setting things in motion for Nats.
Right here.
Unfortunately, Giant X not able to capitalize on obviously the detain taking effect here. Too big a gap to close. And then there's no chance for Cloud to retrieve that as well. They get a second shot at capitalizing. And now, unfortunately, Liquid hit 9. And for Giant X, like I said, if there was anything in the back pocket for the second half here, you just don't have
don't get the luxury, do you?
Yeah, you don't have enough of a safety net to really show what I guess. Well, I have to assume the hard work has been to rectify.
And that's the part, you know, you'd love to see a competitive game between these two, because you could see it on map 1. Yeah, it was a little bit rough at times, and it certainly wasn't the the cleanest Valorant, but it's good to see a nice close game. But here, so far, very one-sided, and as you rightly highlighted, GX probably not going to have much of a chance on that side swap to show off maybe what they've been up to. But for now, we focus, as already Purpo's taken a lot of the space towards A, so it's allowed for this, cheating the additional body over towards B.
Scanning ahead.
They start. Liquid begin the assault towards B side, but there's a lot of bodies on the other side. Redgar going for the safety of that knife, but it is going to be a reward. But the trades so far favorable for GX. Patino is here. He's the one who got the last round. He might be the one to get this one again. Yeah, excellent from Patino. Finally falls, but he's got them another round here. Right positioning, the adjustment with Purpo, it worked.
I mean, Redgar out in no man's land, but still digs his heels in, finds the first, and I think actually GX collapse very well to prevent Liquid from getting themselves into a post-plant this time around. Beautiful shots from Patino. Set this one in motion. Even here, Mystic Core with the stun as well. So second on the board, but again, you're pinning your hopes on the curse here.
Have you seen what they're buying?
There's a double op on Liquid side.
Yep.
See Bladestorm available here for Kiko. So Enzo just looking to bolster some of the finances a little bit. The other side, no command and a lockdown for GX. I'm sure Kiko noted the reposition here, but he notes the peak. A beautiful adjustment.
That's so good. Oh, that's actually filthy. Oof. That's a little bit of a punch to the gut for GX. Maybe looking to capitalize and build off maybe the back, get 3, you know, start with a little something, but now down to 4 players. Redgar still has his ult, Patino as well, but
Hoodie's going to have his hands full here. Does have 2 snake bites. See an opportunity to do a little bit of damage, but he's fairly committed here. If he does get cleared, but actually takes out the Bladestorm here.
That's huge. Lockdown is there. So again, he still stands his ground. This is maybe up for that 3rd round that they wanted so severely. Mystic is lucky to be breathing. He might even get to 10. No, he's fine. He gets out in time. Back to the wall, though. 2v3. Enzo with the operator. And 18 seconds. GX have bodies to put at this. Enzo's got to keep him safe for this if they want that plant. Yeah, not going to get it. GX on the swing. And we're going to have 3. They've done the bare minimum to maybe weather at least a pistol round.
Said have to set themselves up for success here. Said otherwise it's basically the 1 buy round for Liquid will be looking to punch the way onto map point. Beautiful hold from Hood, like I said. Gonna have his hands full if he does get kind of rushed down here on yellow, but again the spacing just not there for Liquid and maybe relying on the Bladestorm to open the site comfortably, but yeah, a fighting chance at least here for GX.
But it's got to start with a pistol. I mean, there's only so many ways we can say it, right? Because, as you said, even before we got to this juncture, if you don't get more than this, you literally get 1 gun round, and that's all she wrote. So you can't want a little bit of buffer here, but Kiko, they're pushing everywhere. There's 3 in middle, there's 2 up B long. They want to brawl, and Purpo's up for the challenge. He's up for the fight. Nats on the other side, it's a back and forth affair so far. We're just playing deathmatch, but it's just Nats alive. But should I ever say it's just Nats? This man is dead this time. Hoodie gonna get things started. GX with a chance.
I'm happy to brawl this out. And a must-win round for GX as well. Liquid looking to try and take the fight to them. I guess capitalize on that scoreline pressure. Oh, Fatino.
He's actually having a game, to be fair. If you looked at it on the first map as well, and this one.
El pulpo.
Again, he is having a good game, and it was one of the main reasons they were able to get rounds, even in the first half. So good to see him hitting a bit of a peak hit. Don't know if it's going to be enough to carry him forward, but we'll find out. 4 rounds. They now get the opportunity to set a little bit of space between them and Liquid. And, well, them and losing the map, should I say.
So no investment comes through from Liquid here. Just the classics. Even Giant X here trying to protect the economy with a couple of ghosts to round things out. They might find themselves a free plant here. Able to stack down the utility on top. Liquid a gamble stack, but found nothing on that side of the map. Actually, yeah, Giant X even, I mean, both pistols looking to wrap back through mid here. A lot of time passing. Yeah, I don't think Liquid are even going to attempt the retake here. Don't want to give away any progress towards these ultimates. Only one noted from the knife here as well, so maybe not too indicative of what's about to happen, but there could be an opportunity for Cloud to farm here.
Let's see. It's Cloud to go walkabouts. Hello, entirety of Liquid. Oh. Let's see if they go down to the spike. Oh, they got a scramble. They're fine. They went down to the spike in the end and actually denied Giant X from any opportunity to farm in that.
An opportunity for Cloud to find all he wanted and more outside heaven here. But Giant X, like I said, this is the tick in the box we're looking for. Obviously, I don't want to say a massive switch up in terms of composition, but certainly this is where you're hoping the strat book gets displayed a little bit here. We get maybe a taste of some of that preparation going into this pick.
Okay.
There's my buddy.
Looking at the start. B long control.
Here.
Hypoc. Try and get a little bit of a glimpse ahead of that coming through. No commitment beyond this. That little bit of contact at the start. And Giant X being very patient here.
Yeah, no resistance on the way in. And X able to get themselves safe passage towards yellow, but again, the timing maybe of the wall going to slow things down a little bit now. Challenge back through just yet for Liquid. And hesitant on the plant as well. The audio cue will draw a couple of members of Liquid out, but no kill just yet.
There you go. Drawing blood.
Finally.
Takes down Yampi, but the plant's in, so you take that as well. Happy to add that on top. And Liquid are closing the gap here. Yeah, shown now. Nice work from Purpo, kind of utilizing his utility just to identify the players were so close by, but still the diffuser's going to get towards halfway. It looks like, and maybe even a little further. He's around the corner. They can't deny it. Liquid snatch away the round, a Mystic. An absolute thief there.
And maybe in the chaos that the lineup for the wingman plant location here, not considered, but a fully safe defuse. As you rightfully said, Liquid steal this one from under Giant X's nose. Again, maybe even masked here by the orb going up, but again, once these front yellow players fall, somebody has to come forward a little deeper.
I mean, but tell me who won the last round, and then I'm looking at hopefully the buy. It's not great. Severely not great.
It's the only Mystic, the one to survive in the previous, but they could have got a couple of rounds to play with. I mean, if they can do some further damage here, Nats surely gets checked, right? Purpo's not checked it. It gets weird now. It gets weird now. Well, at least Purpo's off the top of the crate here.
Oh, it feels weird.
The reason I say it gets weird is because now so much time has passed that I don't think anyone's going to check this on the second drift through if they progress further. Luckily.
There's something weird there.
Yeah.
There's something wrong on that side of the map. I don't know if Kiko just spotted them then. He might. Oh, okay. You're not going to find any more. Okay. Okay, 2v3. Oh, spotted.
30
Kiko
seconds
forced
left.
off.
Spike
Mystic is still
planted.
alive with that rifle, but
I think they're reading this perfectly.
Yeah,
like,
they
know
are.
the reinforcement's going to
Yep.
come through from mid.
absolutely on the money. Shoulder peek, but he takes damage. Yeah, the chances are depleting, bullet by bullet here. Kiko would have to hit a worldly shot on Purpo.
Enemy
It's
remaining.
not going to happen. So Giant X eyeing up that 6th round now, and Mystic just wants to drift away with the rifle.
Can't hold on to it once again. Says 16 HP, maybe doesn't want to give potentially an orb to Cloud if he comes forward hunting. Even though it's just one away. Yeah, Mystic will be able to hold on to this. Don't think that jump was spotted. At least he's going to hear the steps approaching. Giant X get themselves up to 6 now.
Touching distance.
The purchase will come back in for Liquid in the next. Kiko actually going to go straight onto the operator. You see adjustment. The observer's like, wait, hang on.
What's this?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily amount to anything. But that's other than a kill in the flank, I guess. But they're curious now, Kiko, can he find value from the operator? Post up on top of yellows, not necessarily away from Giant X. Pushing forward here. But Hoodie will invest the wall, so his presence noted in that regard.
Here.
Aldrone, the next piece of utility to be drawn out. Gonna spot a little and not a lot, but not enough to really cause much of a reaction. As Purpo making slow progress here. There is still 2 players, nearly 3 you could argue with how close Enzo is towards this, and they even bringing over Mystic. Putting a lot of faith in Kiko. Again, he's got that operator, they can do that, so they are going to leverage that. That's why they're committing so heavily towards this, but Giant X have, I don't want to say side control because they don't, because it's a pre-take. They're already getting back into this. Nats wants in now. He's going to take down Redgar, old teammates now, and leave that Spike isolated on the site.
And that 4th member coming across to rotate. You know they're going to commit towards denying this free plant from Wingman. Right next though, can they find their way back onto site?
30 seconds left.
Between Nats and Enzo. Yeah, it's going to be very tricky for everything to be unspotted, right? It's given away. God, that looked so close. Plant still not to be toyed with. There's still players to clear, and Nats still holding on. I told you there's no access around this point. Hoodie and Purpo needed miracles, and with only 13 seconds, there ain't much time to be praying for them. But it's just down to Hoodie and a 1v4 Liquid. Push up to 11.
On the round to chip away at the finances of Giant X, but already with a bit of a cushion built up. But approaching map point now for Liquid. And beautiful adjustment here, like I said, when you have 4 players in a situation like this, and I guess no information or confirmation on the other side of the map, you have to commit towards this sort of play, denying the plant from coming down, removing some of that comfort factor that you do get from Wingman. Giant X, again, ultimates on the brink here. Lockdown and Tour de Force 2 away. Now does have his already. Again, ideally, we want to see Giant X hold Liquid at 11 here before things get a little more dicey. So the finances are concerning for a couple members.
You can see the denial of space, but the flash through. Maybe trying to test that mid lurk again. It will be Hoodie waiting to see if anyone dares come through, but no one is. No one's really checking this way. I mean, Kiko might be tempted, but you're not going to see him probably slow push with an operator. So ult this time should at least give them safety on the site. Give them a little bit more control for at least a plant, but there is a window of chance where that could close. Yampy, Mystic, everyone nearby. And obviously the 2 almost kind of countering each other. Careful now. Yeah, denied on the plant. So now they have to put bodies to this. Now is the pre-take time, and the patience pays. Kiko rewarded by finding Hoodie. Towards the site, though, again, that Spike going down is just not happening. Liquid denying. Yes, a trade back and forth, but Nats has crept forward. He's still here to clear, and Purpo's been spotted. This is all getting difficult now. Team Liquid redrawing the lines of battle. The flash, the timing was outrageously good. Nats tries to just stand still and hope he wasn't spotted. But it's Redgar in a 1v1. Oh, he's got him. Redgar pulling it off and putting Giant X up to 7.
Beautifully done. A 4K from Redguard, I don't see them very often, but a crucial one nonetheless. Keep Giant X in this half, in this map as well. They talked about this ult cycle looking pretty healthy for Giant X. That round victory's definitely going to support that as well. 1 off the lockdown, 1 off the tour de force, 2 off the pit. And the null command will be here at the disposal of Giant X.
Here.
See a back and forth exchange here. I mean, that diffuse on B side from Mystic really kind of altering the outcome in the next couple of rounds. Nats, though, back in this spot.
Not again. Not again. Oh, this time. Yeah, look at the difference. Wait, what? Yampy? No, no, they got ghosts. They've got ghosts up against a full back. Fatino looks dead as well. You give them an inch and they've taken a mile. Liquid. 2 of these rounds are nuts that they've got in this half. The defuse against, was it 3 or 4 that Mystic pulled off right under their noses? And then that.
It comes in a round where, as I said, Giant X have so many tools to try and convert this, to secure this round.
Oh, I'd be fuming.
Nats not happy to sit back and let this one pass him by this time around. Liquid crunch into B main. Yeah, I don't know either one. A weird fist bump with Bacon nonetheless.
Bacon was having none of it, was he? What's up, brother? At this point, we have ults. 12 to 7, though. You have 3 ults, and you probably quite like to use them. But Liquid have been up to weird things. They've been winning rounds that just feel a little strange. So now, what do, right? You've got Kiko on the other side with his ult. You've got Nats as well. They're going to pop the ult that was spoken about, and now there's a double swing potential off the back of Yellow. Do they predict this? Totally different look here, right on the knife's edge. Mystic, he's fallen. It's all on Kiko, the one-man band. Oh, he delivers 2 fantastic kills, but Giant X still standing, still breathing, trying to operate with less. They've got 3 alive. The plant's still being denied. They're just not getting what they want from that. Oh, Nats has an angle. Cloud, that boy is rather fortunate here. They are really chomping at the bit, Mike.
I don't know what was going on behind Yellow there. I don't know if that was an upgrade or what, but Yampy's found another.
Oh,
and he will respond. Yeah, he definitely was looking for a weapon swap out here, but a 2v2 now for Giant X to once again try and keep hope alive here on Icebox.
30
Who's
seconds
on the other
left.
side? It's Enzo by Snowman. And you've already got Yampy wondering if they're going to try and hit that A site, right? That's what they're considering. So obviously all the... Oh, come on, Enzo! Come on! No breaks allowed, as Hoodie has to isolate a kill here, and he has no idea, no clue where Yampy was, and Enzo, the known factor, still besting him. 13 to 7, Team Liquid are alive, and they close out the game, and they close the door on Giant X, bringing this one back through.
Great way to bounce back here. Find themselves an opportunity to maybe recover this series after what was a travesty in the first map.
Yeah, well, let's hope it's better on the 3rd. Ascent on the horizon. Don't go anywhere.
I know a place that will break you into 1,000 pieces. Stay away from them. Stay away from Lorca, Paco, and Picasso. Don't ask about Lola. Ay, Caballo Grande. Ay, Dolor de Nieve. But, in spite of everything, it occurs to you to visit Andalusia. Don't say I didn't warn you. Be careful of the Andalusian crush.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin, former professional Counter-Strike player and VALORANT coach. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle, you're going to be able to fight this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Champion, ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah, I put it all on the line. Definition of divine. Yeah, I feel like a